Well, I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Winds. I'm having a wonderful day here at the Newfoundland and Labrador Construction Safety Association. Talking to people that are really making a difference. They're making sure people get home every night. They understand the importance of safety and what that means to the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. I'm getting to meet these folks one by one, and I'm quite enjoying it. So on that note, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
My name is Michelle Evans. I am the General Manager of Terra Nova Trusses. I've been there about close to 10 years now. We're a locally owned and operated company. We've been around since the 70s, and we're actually going to celebrate our 50th anniversary next year.
Wow, congratulations on that. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
The company itself has been in a relationship with the Construction Safety Association for a long time.
Yes.
Have availed of many of their services. Talk to me about the impact that those services have made on you.
It's been fantastic. We've been part of NLCSA, I believe, since 2010. They've been super helpful with resources, online training, in-house, as well as online e-learning, those types of things. So a great resource for anyone in the construction industry. And they're so well educated and well versed in what this is, so they're super helpful. And sometimes it's just a quick pick up the phone and give a call and ask questions, and they've been great. Yeah,
there's a partner right at the other end of the phone.
Yes.
Yeah. You've gone through the CORE program, right?
Correct.
Yeah, talk to me about the importance of that program to your company.
CORE, we also we've been part of CORE, I believe, since 2010 as well. We started with the NLCSA. That kind of went hand in hand with us. The CORE program was initially, I guess, something to start for bidding work. So a lot of the work that was coming through, you had to be CORE certified. So we started with kind of what that was. But even with that, I think it opened up a lot of doors for the employees to have a say kind of in be more knowledgeable and what exists in the health and safety policies, procedures, those type of things that are there, and kind of gives them a voice too, be accountable for things that happen. So I find it's a great thing to be part of, be proactive in this kind of stuff, and be able to implement the health and safety aspect of it, and just make everyone aware. And
it drives a conversation, right?
Correct.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's not a one and done sort of thing. It requires audits. So they talk to me about the experience with the audits.
The audits are annual. So every 2 years, I believe, there's an internal, and then we have an external audit. We have the ability to do an internal ourselves, but I always get someone from the NLCSA to come to the office, and to do it, because there's always new things that pop up. Maybe there's things I'm doing that could be tweaked a little bit, or maybe it's like, you know what, you don't really focus so much on this, because I think when they come with a clear vision, and most of the time they know our business, which is very helpful. Because then they know kind of what our role is, and they can kind of tailor what our program is to our business. Not every business is the same. But at least you're conformant across the board, and we can always tweak some things for the audit. And there's always changes in policies and making sure you're up to date, and legislation, those types of things.
And so many other training opportunities here through the NLCSA. Talk to me about those.
So we do most of our training through the NLCSA. There's like WMIS, and there's Powerline. There's a multitude of things depending on what your business is what you need. But I love it because it's so versatile that you could come to NLCSA and do it in-house. Some people feel more comfortable being in a classroom environment as opposed to doing it online. Some people will prefer to do online training and the e-learning, and that's kind of like your own, your own way to get it done. So I enjoy the multitude of things that exist, especially, there's so many resources there as well, like for policies and procedures, manuals, like online toolbox talks, which is where I grab a lot of my toolbox conversations for my monthly meetings that we have to do for CORE. So those resources are available, so I'll just go in and download them, and that's what we'll do throughout the year.
It sounds to me like you're really taking sort of good advantage of all of the supports and services that they provide.
Absolutely.
And on that note, what would you tell another contractor who might be considering being a part of this?
Well, I mean, the organization is created from industry leaders. So, I mean, that's that's who you want to talk to. Like, they're the most knowledgeable. That's where you can get your most resources. So, yes, it's a great resource for those contractors or anyone in the industry that wants to be part of what this is. So.
How would you describe the change in the culture around safety in your company since you've got involved with the NLCSA?
I definitely think it opens a door to conversation, and I think it holds the employees accountable. So you're more on a proactive as opposed to, like, if things didn't exist, I don't know how much input you would get.
Right.
Where it does exist, people are more aware and are more susceptible to bring up topics or maybe ask questions about things that maybe they wouldn't have had before, and really just the resources that are there that they can avail of as well.
Now, stepping away from the company for a second, you're also on the board.
Yes.
Talk to me about the importance of being on the board and having that voice on the board.
I'm on the board as we're also part of the Canadian Home Builders Association. So from there, because we're part of that organization, from there I went to the board for the NLCSA. That's been really cool. It's my first year on the board. So I'm taking in a lot of things.
Okay.
I get to meet a lot of people, get to have different conversations, and bring back to the CHBA what is pertinent to what they do through the board. And it's very cool. You get to meet a lot of great people, a lot of different ideas, and a lot of different industries.
Yeah, and it's such a collaborative spirit
Yes.
that I'm sensing around all of this.
It
Talk
is.
to me about the importance of that collaboration, breaking down those barriers between different groups of people and things like that.
Yeah, because you get to see like different organizations and how they roll. Like, I mean, there's all kinds from, there's newbies, like me, and then there's people on the board that's been there for years and have so much experience in the industry as a whole. So it's great to kind of bounce ideas off of them, see how they implemented certain things. If you're being introduced to newer, outlets for your position, it's a great spot to be, to get the knowledge and be able to take some of that knowledge back to where you are and see if you can implement some of these things that come up.
What an incredible industry perspective on the Newfoundland and Labrador Construction Safety Association. Thank you.
You're very welcome.